All right, you guys, welcome to my vision board workshop. I'm so excited. And this is something that I honestly didn't believe in for the longest time. I thought it was like, you're cutting out pictures from magazines and you're putting them on a piece of paper. Who cares? Like, how is that going to help me create a life that I'm actually excited about? And I decided one time that I was going to participate, and I decided, you know what? Okay, fine. Someone else asked me to be a part of it. And I just thought, whatever, I will give it a shot. Let's see what we can do with this. And as I started casting out my vision and putting it onto this board, something started to happen within. And I started realizing that I was like, oh, this isn't so much just about creating a vision board of like pretty pictures. This is about me focusing my energy and channeling all of my energy into one place in a way that I get to show up each and every day and I get to work towards goals that are important to me instead of being on this hamster wheel. And I sat and I was looking at my life. And while I was really appreciative of everything that I had, I was married, three beautiful children, raised up in a beautiful family, beautiful home, so much to be grateful for. But I really found myself just kind of like stuck in this job. I found myself stuck in so many things. I wasn't building a lot of new relationships. I didn't feel like I was getting ahead and anywhere. And I had this tug on my heart that I was made for more. And I had this tug that I had so much more potential within me. And I wasn't giving that out to the world. I wasn't giving that back to our communities and to my family. And I was just feeling sluggish and blah. And I'm like, wow, as I'm pulling this vision board together, I really started going, okay, I can see all the things that I want to do that I am doing nothing to achieve those things right now. I'm now putting things on this vision board that I'm like, man, we said 10 years ago we were going to do this. My husband and I, when we got married, said that for our 10-year anniversary, we were going to go on an African safari. 10 years showed up and we did jack to get there. Like literally nothing. We were like, oh, wow, this is great. Here we are. And we're going to Niagara Falls because we're definitely not going to Africa. And it was just like this huge realization that, man, if you don't have your vision in front of you and you're not working towards that every single day, you're going to wake up 10 years from now not able to do the things that you want to do. And so I want to help you today start with your best year yet. And I'm going to walk you through a series of these incredible, what I, again, used to think all of this was just like not even worth it. But I want to take you through these exercises that are going to help you create the vision. We're not going to create the vision board right here, right now, but I'm going to walk you through exactly how to set yourself up so that you can create the vision board. I'm going to leave you at the end with a really inspiring playlist so that you can put the playlist on as you create your vision board. I'm going to leave you with 3 different templates that you can use on an app that I called Canva. So it's really easy for you to just plug in your pictures in that are motivating you towards what your vision is going to be. So I'm going to give you some tools and resources that are going to help you be able to create this vision board. But before we do that, we have to walk through this series of exercises so that you're not just grabbing random photos and throwing them up on a board and being like, well, hope it works. It has to be your vision. And I want to walk you through these exercises because I think this is going to help set the stage for you and be able to create a vision board that actually is going to bring you one of your best years yet. So if you're ready, say I'm ready, and we will get going with this. One of the things that I love to look at is the wheel of life. And I think sometimes we can get clouded with our vision board and we can only put 1 or 2 things on there in 1 or 2 categories of our life or areas of our life. I apologize for the remnants of a cough that I have. And as we do that, and as we look at, oh, I wish this was better. I wish that was better. I wish I could go for here. Sometimes we're forgetting about areas of our life. And so I really want to start with this wheel of life. And I want you to get a picture and an overall picture of currently what your life is looking like and how you are getting through each and every day. And so we're going to look at the areas we're doing well. We're going to look at the areas we can improve. And I'm going to give you 10 categories. You can swap out categories, by the way, if you want to. I'm going to give you 10 categories and we're going to rank them out of a scale of 1 to 10. A 1 being like, it's like non-existent, and 10 being like, I am crushing it in this area of my life. Now, I would argue that none of us are at a 10. We all have room for improvement in pretty much every area of our life. So just have an honest look and be true. No one is scoring this. No one is checking it. No one is checking in on you. This is yours and yours only. And so I really want you to make sure that you are being honest with yourself and getting to the truth as quickly as you possibly can. So on your piece of paper, if you don't have paper and pen yet, make sure that you go grab one. On a piece of paper, I want you to just draw a circle. And on that circle, I would like you to divide it into exactly what you see here on my screen so that you have 10, basically 10 pie slices. So that's going to create your wheel. Okay. Now, we are going to categorize each and every one of these. When you're done like drawing your wheel, just comment done. I have broken this down into 10 different categories. This can be completely different for you if something is important for you and I've forgotten it on here. So please swap these out for whatever is important for you. But these are the areas in which I feel like I can categorize the majority of my life. It will fall into one of these 10 categories. And this is how I feel like I can really categorize things so that I can set goals to then move forward. So health and wellness, super important. I don't think we can get anywhere without putting our health and wellness as a part of a category and a major category, right? Your finances. And you can just label these. You can color code this if you want, however you want to do it. I color code because it's fun to my brain to color code. But you could do it however you want. It doesn't have to be fancy. Finances, a side business or business, work or side business. For me, I always wanted the category of like a side business because that's what I was working towards building at the time. But this can just be work for you. Finances can be work. You can intertwine whatever's going to work with how you have your life set up. Maybe a side business is like something you want to get towards working to and you don't quite have it yet. That can still be a category for you. And you can mark it as a 1 because it's not existed yet, but you have an idea. Relationships, your social life, romance, fun, spirituality or inner work, contribution. By contribution, I know sometimes people get confused by this one. Contribution, I just mean like giving back. And so you can take that however you want to. Are you giving back to your community? Are you giving back through your work? Are you giving back to your family? How are you contributing to your current lifestyle and your current circumstances? And your personal growth. You can take these categories, you can change them, you can use exactly what these are. But personal growth, I really want you to think of like, are you challenging yourself from day to day? Are there areas in your life that, you're really working on becoming that version of yourself that you want to be? Personal growth can be in any areas. Parenthood is a really big one. I feel like that should even have its own category on its own. But I know for me, a lot of my personal growth will spill out into the other areas of my life. And so personal growth is a really, really important one. Okay, so once you have them labeled, I want you to mark them as 1 out of 10. Okay, so each single pie slice here is going to be a 1 out of 10. 1 meaning like, man, this could use a ton of work, and 10 meaning I am crushing it. Comment done when you have completed that. This is what you're going to start to create. And so imagine I have already marked all of these categories out, and imagine this is similar to what your wheel might look like. And you have health and fitness, a 6, finances, 6, your side business, 7, your relationships is maybe a 4. Haven't really worked on those so much in the past couple of years. Social life, 8, romance, 5, fun is 5. Spirituality, inner work is 3, contribution, 5, personal growth, 6. And what I want you to do is I just want you to fill out this wheel. And as you start filling out this wheel in every single category, right? Just imagine there's like 10 grooves on each of those pie slices and you're just like filling it in 1 to 10, whatever you've ranked yourself. you can start seeing this wheel. And this wheel is something that is going to be a representation of where you are at right now. And this could be a huge gut check. You might feel like I just took the wind right out of your sails and you're like, man, I thought I was doing good. And this wheel, I look like I'm all over the map. But this is the reality of where you're at right now. This is your truth. And do you have a wheel that can move forward? Do you have a circular wheel, or is your wheel pretty funky like this one up in here? What does your wheel look like? Because the more that we can round out this wheel, the easier that every category of our life becomes. It is not a matter of living our life at a category 10, like a 10 out of 10, you're just smashing it every single day and every single hour. Like you are just like moving through all these categories of your life and you are just slaying it. That's not what this is about. But could everything in your life be moving at a 4 or 5 and feel really good? Yeah, you're going to gain some momentum doing that. But if all you're focused on is work and you haven't focused on family, you haven't focused on that personal growth, you haven't focused on your own health and wellness, this isn't going to matter so much when all of this falls apart. Even if you're crushing it, you're like, man, dude, so good. Work, finances, crushing it. Relationships, personal growth, spirituality, fun, romance, that's all falling to the wayside. You're going to start to resent the things that are going really, really well in your life because of all the things that are going not so well in your life. And if we can round these out and we can start to balance things out a little bit more, you're going to start to find that you've got this momentum. And we're going to talk about momentum in a little bit. But this is what I want you to have as really just like this gut check. Okay. So comment done when you guys have finished that. This is probably one of the things that gave me the biggest gut check ever as I started to work towards my vision and as I started to understand exactly where I was at in my life. So when you're done, okay, a couple of you are done. Perfect. Awesome. Wow. Yes. And you can share how you're feeling through this process if you want. The chat is not going to be shared, but if you want to talk about kind of how this is feeling or what this is bringing up for you, this could be really powerful for you to work through and be able to identify like, man, I'm avoiding my marriage. Why am I avoiding it? What is the thing that I'm not working on? And I want to work at it, but I'm not. Why am I not? What is the avoidance in the areas of your life that you feel like maybe need the most amount of attention right now to be able to get to where you want to go? I'm going to pull this together for you guys. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling all the feels, that is okay. We are going to get there together. Okay. Now I want you to take a hot second to reflect. And I want you to look at your last year and you can write this down on paper. And I just want you to put like success. And right underneath that, what areas did you succeed last year? This could be the categories that we talked about, or it could be like a specific accomplishment for you. And you can write down a couple of things, a couple of areas in which you felt like you succeeded last year. Go ahead and do that now. And welcome everyone who's joining on the call. Thanks for pivoting with me over to Zoom. In what areas do you learn a lesson? Write that down, lessons learned. Write down a couple of things. And I say this as opposed to failure, because I don't think that anything in our life has been brought up in a way that you feel like you're failing. Because when you feel like you're failing, you feel ashamed. And it is something that we have someone drawing on the board. You feel ashamed. You feel like it's something that's wrong. And when you look at things as if they are failures, oftentimes it's what holds you back. And so if you can look at something and flip it from a failure to a lesson, okay, wait, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from here? That will be something that really propels you forward. And so I want you to look at last year and say, okay, what were the lessons I learned? And write those down. You can come back to all of this, by the way. You don't have to get everything on paper right now, just a couple of jot form. What were you ashamed or embarrassed of? Was there a moment or something that you did that you were embarrassed by? Was there work you didn't get done? What is something for you that you are ashamed or embarrassed of? Write that down now. What do you wish you did more of? Or what do you wish you did less of last year? Go ahead and write that down now. And what was your biggest success? What was your biggest success? I don't care how big or how small it is. Biggest success. Write that down now. I want you to celebrate yourself. Okay. I want you to just like say this mantra over and over with me. I am releasing what didn't serve me in 2021, and I am open to new experiences in 2022. This is something I want you to hold on to, and I want you to hold on to tight. Anything that you are holding from 2021 is not going to serve you in 2022 if you continue to hold on to it. It's important that we're releasing what didn't serve us. Letting go is going to be a beautiful thing for you. It's really hard, but really beautiful, because that's what's going to open up space for you to experience something new this year. And I'm going to guess that you're not here to do a vision board if you're not willing or ready to experience something new in 2022, right? You have something on your heart you want to do. You know that you're capable of more. You have a tug to be able to accomplish something or give something back or challenge yourself in some way or give back to your family, create experiences with your family that you've never done before. And I know that you're here for that reason. And so it's going to be important to release everything that didn't serve you, everything you wrote down as lessons learned, of things that you were ashamed of things that you were embarrassed by. That is the work. We are releasing all of that in this moment. How are we feeling? Is everyone okay? This can be the hard part. This is the work. That's the hard part. Now, I typically do this training separate, and I pulled it together this year and I'm obsessed with it. And it just like makes so much sense. So in 2018, I chose a word of the year. And in 2018, I started building out my visions without a vision board. So I only had word of the year. And I started doing word of the year because I challenged myself to do resolutions for, I don't even know how long, but I always felt that, what are we at right now? January, whatever the date is, 13th. I would give up by now already on a New Year's resolution. And I'd be like, meh, forget it, throw the whole year away. And what I wanted to do is be able to not give up, be able to continue through. And what helped me to do that is having a word that at any point in time, if I felt like I was off course, like I was faltering, like it wasn't going as planned, like what I set out to do was just like, man, how am I not getting there? Like, why am I not doing the things I said I was going to do? The word of the year really helped me to bring things back to say, okay, I don't have to be perfect on this. It doesn't have to be 100% exactly how I laid it out in my brain. The plan might go a little bit different than what I had envisioned, but I've got this word that I can lean back on to pull me in. This is going to be a word that you can come back to every single day. It's going to be a word that you can reflect on how you want to show up this year through the ups and the downs, the lessons, the wins, the successes. This word is going to help you get to where you want to grow. My word of the year in 2018 was unapologetic. And the reason I chose that word was because I was feeling like I was literally apologizing for everything in my life. I wanted to start a workout routine, and I apologized for spending time on myself and putting in 30 minutes to work out every single day. I wanted to eat healthier, and I was apologizing for not buying junk food and putting it in the house everywhere. I wanted to start a business, and I felt apologetic for putting time into a business versus cleaning the house. These are the things that I was apologizing for. And I thought, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to show up unapologetically as I am and go after the things that I am passionate about. What that looks like, I don't know, but I'm going to show up unapologetically as I am. And as I did that, I found that I started a business. I started my health and wellness journey. I was able to stick to something. And I thought, man, this feels really good. And so the next year I chose the word soar. I wanted to fly. I wanted to take this version of who I was, and I wanted to show myself what I'm capable of. And that I did. The year after that, I started to feel a little bit like, man, I had just started a business. I was putting myself out there on social media. I was exposing myself to the world is what it felt like. And I was starting to feel a little bit like, man, my social media is growing. I have more eyes on me. It kind of felt like I was just like naked. It felt super weird and super awkward. And as I was navigating through these changes in my business and my personal journey and showing up as the person that I truly was, and not just showing up to make other people happy or showing up on how I thought I had to show up to build a business, or to put myself out there on social media, I really was kind of feeling like I needed a bit of armor. I was like, okay, my word of the year is going to be bulletproof, because I was getting to the point where I was having some people who were questioning what I was doing. I had some people who like weren't as supportive as I wanted them to be. And I thought, you know what, if I can just put this armor on, and it doesn't matter what people say, it doesn't matter what their opinions are of me, it does not matter what the outside world is saying. What matters is what's important to me. And what was important to me was that I was staying with my true self of being unapologetic and soaring into my highest version of myself. And so I put that armor on, and my word was bulletproof. Anything that came at me, I was bulletproof. It was not penetrating that armor, and I was sticking true to who I was. Last year, my word was trust. And my word was trust because I wasn't listening to myself. I wasn't trusting the instincts that I had. I wasn't trusting the ideas and the creativity that I had. I was constantly seeking answers. I was constantly seeking for the right way or the right path or the right time, the right moment to begin, the right moment to do anything. It was like, when's the right moment to sleep train? When's the right moment to do virtual schooling for the kids? When's the right moment to dive into my marriage? When's the right moment to start my business? When's the right moment to do an email list? When constantly. And I was like, I am so exhausted trying to find the perfect moment that I had to lean in, and I had to start trusting my gut instincts and my ideas and my creativity to be able to use that as momentum to get to where I knew that I was going to go. And this year I've chosen another word, and I want you guys to choose your word right now. I don't want you to overthink it. I'm going to tell you what my word is at the end. I don't want you to overthink it. I want you to choose a word that is going to be meaningful for you and is going to be something that you can hold with you. If you want to share that word in the chat, please feel free to do so. But this word is going to be something that we are pulling into our vision. Okay. So choose your word. Don't overthink it. How do you want to feel this year? What do you want to do? What area do you need help in? Consistency, persistence, belief, ability. Choose one of the words I had. If you need trust, whatever it is for you, share in the chat if you will. That would be incredible. Inspire some people, and I'll share mine at the end. If you don't choose a word, it's okay. You can choose it at the end. We're going to keep going. Intentional. I love that. Great word. All right. Let's identify where our time goes. And this is going to be really important as you start to craft out your vision board, because we're going to set some goals and we're going to identify, what does your day look like? Because there's no point in having a vision board if you're not going to work towards any of it. Plain and simple. If you are going to create a vision board, but you're like, oh, well, universe, make it happen. That's not how it works. We have to understand where our time goes so that those pieces of the pie that we're like, man, this is really important to me, but I am not spending a lot of time on here. Like, this is a 1 and I want it to be a 5, or I want it to be a 3. Like, wouldn't it be incredible to just move things up by like 2 notches? How incredible would that feel? But we can't get there if we don't put time into those things. So we have to understand where our time is going. And I would probably guess that the amount of time that you're spending in the categories, you're probably spending all your time in the categories that are like a 6, 7, 8 for you. Okay. So again, I love my wheels. We're going to draw on our piece of paper. a circle, and I want you to split it out. Excuse me. And I want you to identify where your time is being spent. Okay. So there's actually a typo on the other one. This circle is an example. You're going to have midnight at the top, 6 a.m. on the side, noon at the bottom, 6 p.m. on the other side. And we're going to start filling this circle in with where are you working? And I did an example here of someone who's trying to build out a side business, whatever that might look like for you. Maybe you work full time and you're trying to do something on the side, or maybe you're a full-time mama and you're trying to build a business from home. So I'm giving you this example. You can put in any area of your life, fill in marriage, fill in parenthood, fill in health and wellness, fill in whatever this example is for you of an area that's maybe like a 1 or 2. You can start to see where your time's going in your day. So maybe you're sleeping from like 10 p.m. to like 7 a.m., right? Then you work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., your corporate job. You eat, you skip breakfast because you don't even have time for breakfast. You just like roll out of bed because you've been scrolling your phone for hours and you're like, man, I don't even have time. I gotta go. Let's go. And we're like rushing out of the house, or we're rolling into a Zoom meeting, whatever it might be for you. You've got 2 times where you've got like an hour where you're eating lunch, you're eating dinner. Then you've got kids activities in the evening. And so you're rushing around and you're getting to the kids activities, or you're pouring into the things that are important to your children. And then you might have some gaps in your day. There's some gaps in your day and some times where you're like, I don't even know where my time is going. I don't even know what I'm doing in this moment. Or maybe you're being really honest with yourself and you're like, yeah, I have watched every single season of everything there is on Netflix. And we just signed up for Crave and Paramount and all these other things because we ran out of things to watch and we need more shows. Do you need more shows? Is that going to help you to fill out your wheel? Where is your time going? And be brutally honest with yourself. Fill it in with exactly what a day looks like for you. I understand that a day versus weekend, like a weekday versus a weekend, might look a little bit different. Go with Monday to Friday. There's more weekdays than weekends. So go with Monday to Friday. What does Monday to Friday look like for you? And those areas in your life in which you really want to bump those up a little bit, that's where we have to start identifying times in our day that we can spend. And if you are trying to build a side business, are you giving the time that it needs in order to reach your goals? It's going to take some serious business hours and acting like you're the CEO of your own business in order to get there. So fill that in, and then you can go through and you can fill in, okay, on Mondays at 11, I have time. On Tuesdays when I'm working and I have an hour lunch, I've got 30 minutes. I can get a workout in and I can eat. Whatever your goals are, whatever the things that you want to work towards, you can start filling those gaps in. Okay. So let's dream. This is the fun part. I'm seeing your words, empowered growth. I love it. I want you to close your eyes. You can turn your video off if you feel weird being on Zoom and seeing everyone's faces. I actually can't see any of you right now, so don't even worry. I can't see anything. I am not going to close my eyes, but I want you guys to close your eyes because I'm going to walk you through a series of questions that I want you to answer for yourself. So go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to imagine your life 10 years from now. I want you to think about where you live. I want you to think about who is in your life. I want you to imagine what your relationships look like. I want you to feel how you want to feel 10 years from now. What is it that you are chasing? Are you healthy? Do you take care of yourself? What are your finances like? How do you want to show up every single day? Where are you traveling to? What does your house look like? What does a day in the life of you look like? And I want you to open your eyes. And I want you to go bigger. And I want to get more specific. This concept for me was something that I was challenged with for a very long time. I didn't know how to dream big. All I could see when I closed my eyes in that exercise, when I first did it, all I could see was kind of where I'm at now. And then I would be like, well, it'd be nice if, it would be great if, I wish I could have this car. I want you right now, just take out your pen and paper, and I want you to write down on paper your dream life 10 years from now. Your dream life. Not would be nice if, oh, would be great if, I wish I could, great for her. I don't think that's possible for me. There are no limitations. I want nothing holding you back. I want this to be yours and yours alone, not what your husband wants, not what your mom wants of you, not what your kids want. What do you want? This is about you. And this might be really hard for a lot of you because you've never done this before, and that is okay. But we have to start somewhere. And I want to go bigger and I want to get more specific. So start writing. Just grab paper and just write as much as you can. What do you want your life to look like 10 years from now? I'm going to give you some prompts and you can use these as you will, or just tune me out and write away. We're going to give you 2 minutes here to write. What country do you live in? Get specific. What city are you in? What does your house look like? What is the color of your house? How is it furnished? Is it big? Is it small? Do you have a pool? Do you have a big backyard, a small backyard? Is it fenced in? Is it a country property? Are you living in the city? Where are you? What do you wear? What types of clothes do you wear? What types of clothes would the person that you want to be 10 years from now, what types of clothes would they be wearing? What car do you drive? Again, get specific. What color is it? What does it look like? How does it feel? Where have you traveled to the next 10 years? When you look back, I want you to be so specific and dream big. I want you to be so specific that you can literally smell the coffee at the coffee shop on the corner. Where have you gone? Have you traveled not only just to Europe, but have you gone to Spain and Italy and France? Do you see yourself standing at the Eiffel Tower? Are you going on a cruise around the world? Are you backpacking somewhere super cool? Where are you and where have you traveled to? How much stress do you have in your life? How much fun do you have in your life? Do you have a thriving business or multiple thriving businesses? What are you earning every single year, every month, every week? What is that number for you? How are you contributing to this world? What type of work are you doing? What does it look like? What are some of the accomplishments that you've had? What are things that you have achieved? Do you have kids? Do you have grandkids? Do you have a thriving marriage? Are you happily single? What does life look like for you? Keep writing. As you finish up, you can always come back to this work. It is here for you. But as you finish up, make sure that you are being honest with yourself and you are not limiting yourself. I know right now there's somebody who is writing out this vision being like, never going to happen. Stop it. Stop it right now. Just like leave that to the curb, put it to the past, leave it behind you. This is about dreaming big, because if we can't dream big, nothing is going to change for us. We will continue to be exactly where we are right now, 5 years from now. And actually, I would argue you're probably going to be worse off. Not that things are bad for you. Your life could be completely amazing and you love every aspect of it. I know every single year I have areas of growth that I want to work towards. And if I'm not working towards them, they're only getting worse over time. So dream big, give yourself this gift, because it truly is a gift to just let yourself be free in that moment. Now, we're bringing it back to the wheel of life. Our wheel of life, we said, was 10 categories. I want you to list out one goal for every category that we had identified. Okay, so you're writing one goal for each category. The categories that were maybe lower, like on this list here, you can see spirituality and inner work was a 3. I have a lot of the things on there that are around a 5 or a 6. And so my 3s and my 4s, I want to bring those up to a 5, right? So that goal might be a little bit bigger than some of the other goals, and that's okay. Or maybe it's smaller. Maybe you're not ready to deal with it yet. That's okay too, wherever you're at. But list out one goal. And so you can literally just write the category at the top. And I want you to write a goal that is going to get you closer to that vision that you just had of your life in 10 years from now. If you're in the best shape of your life 10 years from now, what do you have to do this year in order to get closer to being in the best shape of your life 10 years from now? We don't have to achieve everything this year to get to that 10-year dream, but we do have to do something. And again, for anyone who's feeling that overwhelm, for anyone who's like, man, this is a lot, I don't even know how I'm going to accomplish one thing, let alone 10 things, don't worry. We're going to pull this in together for you. Write down one goal, comment done when you are done for every category. And if you don't know a goal, that's okay. You can leave that and come back to it. This work is here for you and available to you at any point in time. And I will put the replay up for you guys as well so that you can follow this again if you need to, or go to a part of the video where you were like, man, I didn't quite get all my goals written down, so I need to go back to that. It'll be available for you in the group. And I want to inspire you guys to not write down goals that you think you're going to achieve. I want to inspire you to continue to dream bigger and continue to go after things that you might not even know are possible for you. Or you might be thinking to yourself like, that'd be nice. I don't know how it's going to happen. That'd be nice. I don't know what's going to happen. Write those down. First thing that comes to mind, write it down. Romance. What do you want that to look like? What's a goal? Date nights every single week. A goal should be something that you can really look back on, and like health and fitness, a goal shouldn't just be like be in the best shape of my life. A goal should be like work out 3 times a week. That's going to help you get there. A goal could be following a meal plan, getting myself an accountability buddy, signing up for the program I've always wanted to sign up for, but I haven't invested into myself. Relationships. Maybe there's a broken relationship. Maybe the goal is that you call your mom once a week. It's a great goal. Fun. What does that look like for you? Not just have more fun or go out more. That's not specific enough. We got to really get into this. What are you going to do to have fun? Is that one thing a month? That is what you've always wanted to try, and you're going to try something new, and that's going to bring fun, new experiences for you. You're going to write a book. Maybe that's fun. Maybe you're going to write a chapter every month. Spirituality, get deeper. You're going to meditate every day. You're going to read more. You're going to go for walks. Maybe on the weekend, you're going to decide, I'm going to go for one walk every week. And that walk is going to be for me and me alone. And I'm going to be by myself. I'm really going to work on my connection. Get specific here. All right, how are we doing? I'm going to walk you through how we're going to pull this together. Continue to write out your goals as you listen. But I want you to take those goals once you've written them out, and I want you to rank them in order of importance to you. Now, a couple of things will come into play here. I don't want you to rank them on the thought that you can achieve these 3 things first. So you're just going to check these off the list because they're the easiest ones to check off, right? Oftentimes we do that. You're going to do those anyways. You are going to do those anyways. I promise you. So I don't want you to do the things that you're like, man, I already know I'm going to do that. So that one's easy. Like, no, we're going to focus on importance based off of our wheel of life. What do we want to pull up a little bit? But also, how can one goal lead into the next? This is a really cool part of setting goals in 10 different areas of your life. We're not going to work on all 10 of these goals right away. We're going to focus on a couple of them. But what's one goal that can bump into the next and it can almost just like create this domino effect of another goal being started? For example, maybe your goal is to work on your side business every day for 1 hour a day. And that goal would come before an income goal of earning $50,000, because if you put down your income goal of earning $50,000 next year, and you're like, well, this is my goal, I'm working towards it, what am I going to do? That's almost the last goal, right? That's the thing that happens at the end, because you have a lot of things, a lot of work, a lot of other goals that you're going to have to work on first in order for that to be possible. Okay. Maybe your goal is to move, but that goal might have to wait until you've saved enough money up for down payment on house. And so maybe the first goal for you is to have $25,000 as down payment on house, or $100,000 the way housing market is right now, whatever it is. How do these goals go hand in hand with each other versus against? We want all areas of your life to be working in unison, not against each other. Because when you have areas of your life that are in disconnect, that's what stalls you. That's what keeps you stuck. That's what has you saying like, I don't even know what to do or where to go or where to start. We have to start somewhere and we have to take action, but we can make things easier on ourselves. We can have things that are colliding together in a beautiful way instead of against each other in a way that it is aggressive and it doesn't align. We want to have that alignment. And I love the idea of having alignment in our lives versus having balance. I hear this all the time. I hear this from women time and time again. I just wish I had balance. I'm like, I got to balance out like my family time with my work time and my fun. And you got to balance it all out. And while I'm talking about this wheel and like getting things to like balance out, I don't want you to mistake that for every single day has to look the same. Every single season has to look the same. Every single hour of every day has to be equally balanced out so that you're focusing on every area with the exact same amount of energy at the exact same time. No. Eventually, you're going to have things that are building so much momentum for you that you don't have to spend as much time and energy on them because you've built habit. I don't have to spend as much time and energy to work out because I've built a habit of working out. I work out on days I don't even want to work out and I don't even have to think about it. I just do it because I've built it as a habit. But for you, you might not have built that as a habit right now. And that might feel like a chore. And a lot of energy is going to go into building this new habit. But once you have the habit, it is working for you, not against you. And your energy doesn't have to get poured into that as much. And there's going to be seasons where you're focusing and you're like, okay, I'm focusing on my health and wellness right now. That's going to build into this habit. And that's going to allow me to show up in motherhood a little bit easier. That's going to allow me to show up and focus on date nights and romance because I'm feeling better about me. And when I feel better about me, I know that I can pour into my relationships. So can one goal create momentum to achieve another? Rank them in importance 1 through 10. The first three goals that you wrote down is what I want you to work on first. So for those of you that are feeling super overwhelmed, you're like, man, this is a lot. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Don't worry about it. We don't have to figure it all out right now. We really just have to focus on the 3 most important things to you. 1, 2, 3. What are those three things? Write them down, circle them, highlight them, do whatever you want to do with them. But those are the three things you're going to work on first. Okay. Does this make sense? How are we doing? Do I have everybody here? Are we good? Now, we're going to take these 10 goals and we're going to put them on our vision board. Okay. I want you to go to Pinterest. And this is the part where I know some people like to have things like on paper and you like to do like magazine and like paste them on. Here's what I love about Pinterest. And I would encourage you to do a digital one and then print it if you want to have it out, because you can find images that relate to you. Like you can specifically search to be like, I want to work on my flexibility. And you can search like cool yoga poses or like something that you want to be able to achieve, or like you want to learn how to do headstands, or you just want to work out every single day. Like you can pick something that is specific and that aligns with your goal. And I want you to pick 2 or 3 pictures for every single goal that's meaningful to you, so that when you look at it, it reminds you of what that goal is. And you're like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to write a book. And there's a picture of like a writer, and there's a picture of a book, and there's a picture of like a nice desk or a quiet space. And that really reminds you of the goal that you have set for yourself. Virtual schooling, gotta love it. You want to buy a new house? What does your house look like? What do you want it to look like? Go get a picture of what it looks like and put it on that vision board. You want to have a pool in your backyard? What does it look like? Go get a picture of that. Save a photo of maybe you relaxing by the pool. The kids are like jumping in or something, right? And grab a photo that elicits this feeling, and you feel it when you look at it, because the more feeling you have when you look at your vision board, the more you're going to want to work towards it. So you're going to pin all these photos. And what I do is I just screenshot, depending on the device that you have, it will be different. Google how to screenshot, whether it's from your phone or from your computer. Google how to screenshot if you don't know how to do that. And then you're going to upload these photos into an app that's called Canva. I'm going to give you templates that makes this super simple and super easy. And you're going to be able to create a really cool vision board from these photos that are directly aligned with the 10 goals that you have in your life, that are directly aligned with the 10 areas of life that you know you want to improve upon, that's directly aligned, maybe that's your word of the year, directly aligned with the vision that you have for your life 10 years from now. And now you see how it's all coming together. And then we identified already the time that you're going to spend towards working towards the 3 goals that are most important to you. So the time where you were like, oh, I'm watching way too much TV, or I've got an hour here and I've got 20 minutes here. 3 most important goals for you, if health and wellness is that empty time, a workout best to be going in one of those slots. Your business is most important to you. That's one of the goals you want to work on. Your business, 1 hour a day. You're looking back at that time and you're like, okay, this is the goal I'm working towards. It is going in at 9 a.m. Monday to Friday. Here we go. Let's do this. See how it pulls together? Is this making sense? Say yes if this is making sense. We're going to take the word of the year and we're going to put it in the middle of our vision board. And the reason I want you to put this in the middle of your vision board is because when you look at this vision, I want you to be reminded of how you said you were going to show up this year. I want you to be reminded of that version of you that you want to tap into this year. Then we're going to upload those photos that we screenshotted from Pinterest. You're just going to arrange them. And you're going to add in some text if you want, or maybe you can pin or take pictures of some motivational quotes. And you're going to add that on, something that's going to inspire you, or a word maybe that's going to remind you of what those pictures mean. This is a vision board that I had in 2019. This vision board is one that, I have to be honest with you, I put a lot of things on here that I knew I was going to achieve. I put a lot of things on here that I was like, yeah, I'm already working towards half of these. I know it's going to happen. It's going to be great. I put it on just so I could check it off. I knew I was going to the Rise weekend. I knew I was going to the Diamond Retreat. I knew we were going to get the football team. There's a football on there. We wanted to volunteer in our community. I knew some of the things, like a website. I wanted to build a website. I was already halfway through building it. Like, I was like, oh, I just put it on the vision board. That's what I want to do. I'm going to put it on. No, if you've already completed it, or you're already well on your way to completing it, like, don't put that on your vision board. That's playing small. That's going after the things you already know you're going to do and you already know you're going to achieve. I want to see things on your vision board that you're like, I don't even know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try. I want to see things on your vision board that you haven't done yet. I want to see things on your vision board that are going to propel you forward. Again, we are moving in a forward direction. We are not staying stuck. We don't want to stay stagnant. We don't want to keep doing the things we know we're capable of. We want to challenge ourselves to do things that we are like, I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to work really hard and I'm going to go after it. And I know that that's going to be change and I know it's going to be challenging, but I'm going to surround myself with people that are going to lift me up and inspire me to be the best version of myself. My 2020 vision board, guys, a picture of an elephant because remember Africa, it is a new data set. But that was just something that I always put there as a reminder of like, remember when you didn't have your vision first and foremost, like remember that day, Shalene? Yeah, we're going to keep this here. A lot of things happened that year. A lot of things happened that year. And I was surprised by how much happened that year, but I looked at this vision board every single day. And you'll see my word is on there, bulletproof. 2021 vision board. I checked off all the things on here so you guys can kind of see like some of the stuff that we accomplished. It's so cool. My word was trust. You can see that on there. I want to start a podcast. I did that. I really wanted to lean into more flexibility and consistent workouts. We did that. I wanted a family photo shoot. We did that. We wanted a pool. We got that. We wanted to do a photo shoot. We ended up doing that. I wanted to work on traveling a little bit more. We identified that. We wanted a Jeep. We went after that. There were so many things that happened in 2021 that wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have this right in front of me. I know that. And there's things that didn't happen, which is okay too. This isn't about checking everything off your list. This is about working towards and building the life that you want to build. These are some templates that I'm going to give you. You can see here that I listed out like 10 top goals. You can write your actual 10 goals out if you wanted to. And you can add in those photos onto this board so that you can create your own personal vision board. I would love to see them. I'm going to post mine in the group. If you guys want to share in the group, I would love to see your vision boards, or tag me on social media if you want to cast it out there to the world. There's something really powerful when you put it out there to the world and you hold yourself accountable to achieving that vision. Here's another template for you. If like the chaos of pictures everywhere is like hurts your brain, hopefully this one helps you a little bit. And this can be one that just like keeps everything organized for you. These templates are desktop templates on Canva. So you literally can take this and save it as your background on your computer. That's what I do because I find that I'm on my computer every single day. I know I'm going to look at it every single day. You can also take this and print it out. You can resize it if you want to. You can do your own thing, whatever you want. It is totally up to you. If it's easier to print pictures from Pinterest and glue them onto paper or Bristol board, girlfriend, have at her. I'm up for whatever you're up for. This is my vision board this year. And my word of the year is evolve. And I actually took a ton of time to like think of my word of the year. And I tried to be really intentional with it. And I just realized that while we've done so much over the past couple of years, and while we've been through a lot, I'm really ready to evolve into that next level and the next version of what I'm capable of. And I'm ready to continue to evolve and step into my highest version of myself. And so evolve is the word. You'll see this feels really raw, putting this out there to you guys. But this is the vision and this is what I want to work towards this year. I will tell you guys a couple of things I want to work towards. We are way past our time, by the way. But I appreciate you guys hanging with me. So we'll wrap this up here in 2 minutes. But I have a couple of quotes just in the corners there that really kind of remind me less mindless hustle, more mindful magic, right? I don't want to just hustle all the time. And I kind of got into hustle culture a couple of years ago, and I really don't want to go back there as I continue to evolve. I'm creating the life of my dreams. I want that to be something that is first and foremost for me. You'll see pictures of elephants again. Guys, this is going to be here until we get to Africa. We're working towards it. I actually, this year, called a company, and we're getting things set up, and we're just identifying what that looks like. Obviously travel is difficult right now, but we are like lining things up. So I'm getting the costs of what it is, and I'm identifying the best times to travel and where we want to go. And I'm lining it all up so that it's not just like, let's do this. And I have no idea what we want. We're getting really specific with planning it out and then knowing how much it's going to cost, because how do you save for a trip if you don't know how much it's going to cost? And if you don't know how much it's going to cost, how do you know how much you have to save up? And if you don't know how much to save up, how do you know that you like are working towards the things that you want, right? So it has this domino effect. Happy retirement. The goal is to retire Jer from the corporate world. So that's on there. Date nights. You'll see Hawaii. You want to do Hawaii this year. You'll see a girl with weights. That is for me to stay consistent with my workouts and to challenge myself in the workouts. You see here a lot of like group stuff. I actually have on my heart, and you guys are the first ones to know it, that I want to run a wellness retreat. And we actually want to run two. I want to run a women's wellness retreat, and I would like to host a couples retreat. Jer and I together, we would like to host one. So we are scoping out places and what that looks like, and trying to kind of like just pull that vision together. And that's something that's been on our heart. And we're going to work towards this year's to bring retreats. So this is some of what I put together. I hope this helps inspire you. I hope this helps you to dream bigger. I hope this helps you to lean into some of the things that mean a lot to you. You guys will see down there, like golfing. We moved on to a golf course this year, and I want to learn golfing. There's a horse. I want to start horseback riding. That's some of the stuff that I'm doing for me, outside of the work and my contributions and giving back and for my family, right? So this is what I hope for you. Your vision board becomes, it becomes, your journal in a way. It becomes something that is so meaningful to you that nothing will stand in your way. And you are willing to lean into that word every single day to evolve into the person that you need to become in order to make this stuff happen. Thank you for joining me today. If you guys have questions on anything, please ask in the chat. I will hang out for 5 more minutes. I'm going to stop the recording here, and I will post it in the groups so that you guys have access to this at any point in time. And again, I'll post just the picture of this with the template for the playlist, also the template for Canva and the playlist for you. If you want to just have like an inspirational playlist as you continue to evolve on those dreams of 10 years and work towards that vision that you've been casting out. So I'll do all of that. And if you guys have questions, you can ask them on here. But thanks for joining me. You guys are amazing.